Truex didn't win. But it's okay because Blaney did. Woo! Oh yeah! I have not since Phoenix in the Xfinity Series have I felt that much stress in the final couple laps of a race. Yeah. Blaney won! Yes! Fucking finally! It's about damn time! Oh. This is like an hour after it finished, so I'm like not as energized. If I did this immediately as the race ended, I'd be like probably jumping, you know, shaking the fucking camera like I always do, but not today, it's a bit late for that. And I also know that it gets fucking hot in this stupid fucking car. So I'm not even gonna bother staying in this damn thing, letting the camera overheat. I don't have the fucking patience for that today. Anyway, see, the thing is that it's really windy. And like last time, you fucking heard, you can barely hear me when there's wind. I don't know what angle to stand at so that it doesn't get the wind here. I'll just step right here, and suddenly there's no wind. Ah, perfect solution. Yeah, so, you know, why don't we actually start talking about the races? I've been here for like 3 minutes. I haven't said a damn thing about the races. Let's fix that. So, see, it's still fucking hot in this stupid thing. See, just trying to avoid the wind and that shit, man. We wouldn't even have to deal with this if there just wasn't any wind. There just wasn't any wind. But trying to find no wind in North Dakota is like trying to find a real racetrack. So, yeah. Now that plastic bag is going to be annoying me this entire video. So, where do we start? Texas? Fuck it, let's start with Texas. So Texas... So Ryan Briscoe got his first career win at Texas. Very interesting race. That was high quality. That's... You want to see why I say that the Truck Series is the best series in NASCAR? Just watch that race. Wow, the competition level. That was phenomenal. That reminded me so much of Michigan last year. It was just all around lap, flag to flag. That was a great race. 9 out of 10. Then the ending happened. Brought it down to a 6 out of 10. Isn't that flip just kind of representative of Timothy Peters' career? Going strong, going strong. Oh, Red Horse Racing. Crash and burn. And by burn, I mean... I'm surprised that thing didn't get set on fire. But I guess like the moisturized soil kept that from happening or something. I don't fucking know. The Xfinity race was... The only positive about that was the driver's only presentation. I didn't think it was as good as tenured announcers would have done it. There was hardly any energy in the booth. I was surprised that Boyer didn't do something stupid the entire time. He kept his composure, so that disappointed me. I was hoping for some Boyer shenanigans to give me a reason to like him, but unfortunately, that's just way too much to ask for. I don't have my Get Leeches out of the Cup Series. I mean, yeah, I don't have my Ban Leeches shirt on. Because people shower, okay? I was wearing that on Friday. Big mistake. Should have waited until today. But point is, yeah, how it didn't help. It didn't help that the race itself was boring as all fuck. Oh my god. They had 9 fucking drivers from the Cup Series announcing it. Many of them were leashes themselves. And a leech still won. Come on. What can we do? Besides actually get Cup leeches out of these races. To get these Cup leeches out of victory lane in the Xfinity Series. Why does this keep happening? Fucking God. And then all the announcers were like, oh man, it's so great to see the 22 back in victory lane. Oh, they've had so much adversity. Yeah, like fucking people complaining about everyone saying that Truex has adversity. Oh, Penske's been destroying everyone in the Xfinity Series, and they've gone to victory lane multiple times with the 12. But, oh man, 22 cars, so much adversity. When they don't put, you know, guys that could win on a weekly basis like Austin Terrio in there, and they prefer to stick with Cup guys, because that is very productive driver development. Good job. Good fucking job, Penske. Your driver development program is absolutely brilliant. Don't put any up-and-coming drivers in your Xfinity cars. And short-circuit your Truck Series rides to Austin Cindric, who can't drive for fucking ass, and at least Chase Briscoe, who, you know, at least accomplished something with his life in ARCA. Yeah, I know Austin Cindric gonna win in ARCA. Well, Briscoe wrecked that day, so what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Brandon Jones has ARCA wins. Don't tell me that ARCA matters. The races in ARCA are fantastic. By the way, ARCA happened this week. It was boring. Moving on. Yeah. The IndyCar was a shit show, unfortunately. That could have been a great race, but I guess Kanaan had his head up his ass all day long. Hinch was driving like a fucking lunatic. Got taken out, so that's phenomenal. Takuma's doing good, though. He's still third in the standings. Fuck off, Bird. Shut the fuck up. And maybe that's baby Kyle Busch coming to tell me off for fucking making that video. Yeah, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. What is so fucking difficult about putting Austin Terrio in a competitive Xfinity car? Why is this so much to ask for? So this race that took place today, unfathomably boring. I was watching F1 in favor of this race. Like, when Cup went to commercials, I'd flip over to F1 and I'd stay on F1 for some time, completely disregarding the Cup race. Even though F1 is also boring, at least stuff was happening in that race. And the terrible stage cautions made it so that a whole bunch of strategy was going on, even though the race kind of ended out the way that everyone expected it to, with the guys that are normally up front, normally people in the middle, normally people at the back. So much for split strategy. Danica was in 5th for some time. The point is, God, this race was boring. God, this race was boring. It was like a 2 out of 10 race at best. And it didn't help that there was a goddamn 20-minute long red flag. Oh, this race was boring enough. Now they're not even moving around. It was more exciting when they weren't moving around and you had all those guys tossing water bottles in the cars. That was far more exciting than the goddamn racing. Man, Pocono sucks. At least give the road course a try. It'll probably be just as bad, but at least try. It can't get much worse than it already is. Oh, man. That being said, what a finish! They were able to string together more than 10 laps straight of exciting racing. What? Are we still at Pocono? Did they pull the wool over my eyes? Did they move the cars under the red flag to a decent racetrack? What the fuck just happened, man? I don't even know what to say, though. I mean, that was such an awful race that had such a great final couple of laps. And you know what? The rule applies. Doesn't matter. Just watch the final 25 laps of any race this season, and you'll get a great summary of the events that took place this year. Someone's going to need to do a compilation video at the end of this year that starts literally at the 25 laps to go mark and just finishes out every race. And you could literally just watch that video over and you'd have the entire fucking 2017 season in a nutshell, you know? You wouldn't miss anything, right? Am I right? Am I right? I think I'm right. But the point is, Blaney won. God damn, I never thought it would happen. Yeah, when I picked Blaney as my number 2 driver at the start of the year after Casey Mears got fucking dumped, I'm still fucking salty about that. Yeah, I didn't expect him to win because when I pick drivers to win, you know, they do the exact opposite. And for the first time in my fucking life, I just realized this a couple of days ago. So it's not, technically, but for the first time in my life, basically, on merit, full season points, I'm watching NASCAR, and the driver that I'm pulling for is in the points lead. And that alone is insane. But the same goes for Xfinity. Allgaier and Truex are point leaders right now. End the season. Just end the season. End it here. We don't need to do any more races. Declare champions right this fucking instant. Because it's never going to happen again. Truex barely held on to the points lead today, and Allgaier barely got the points lead yesterday. They're separated by 1 point in both series right now for the points lead. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that it's been a boring season of racing, but the diversity in the winners and how good that Truex is doing, it makes it worth it. Fucking A.